Well, you have to be motivated. You have to be motivated. You got to know your why. And you got to have you really mindset. It's all about mindset because daily, we challenge ourselves. We cherish our customers. We challenge our relationships. We challenge all these things. We love it. We had to fall in love with us again. And we have to, the mission have to be so clear, because we always had drive.
Welcome to Clicks and Bricks Podcast. We talk about the entrepreneur mindset.
If you get one shot at this, what kind of shot are you going to take?
If we forget who we are, they're going to forget who you are.
And you've got an adversity story that's out of this world.
Everything from that Main Street brick and mortar to that billion-dollar manufacturer.
Today, I am super excited to have Enrique and Joslyn from Dent Tire LLC with us. They're going to talk about how they got their business started, a pretty crazy crypto story, and a lot more. How are we doing today, folks?
Fantastic. How you doing? How's everybody?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for joining us. Dent Tire LLC.
Yes.
I want to dive into that, but first, tell me a little bit about you two, what your relationship is, and how you got started as entrepreneurs.
Well, we're husband and wife, and I'm gonna be honest. I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit, and my wife has an entrepreneurial spirit, but she was thinking academia all her life. But I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. So a little bit of backstory, about me. I used to be I worked as a GS for Goodyear. I worked for Goodyear for a while. And I moved up the ranks from like a general service guy to, like fluids and brakes, and then went into as a driver, then a salesman, a service manager, eventually store manager, and then left that, went to Midas as a store manager, worked for Honda, went from Honda to working in wholesale tires, and from wholesale tires to being a business owner. So that's kind of my trajectory.
Okay.
And my wife, she can speak for herself about her trajectory.
All right.
Yeah, well, I got started in financial services. Actually came down from Chicago. I'm originally from Chicago. And I started at Northern Trust in Chicago and came down to Atlanta to go to college, earned my Bachelor of Business Administration in Finance and Risk Management, and then furthered my education to earn my MBA. And I worked in financial services for the past 25 years, going from retail branch banking to operational banking to investment banking, wealth management. And I ended my long financial services career in retirement services. So I was dealing with a lot of retirees, making pension payments, things of that nature, and also a lot of risk and compliance.
Wonderful. So Enrique brought the product, you brought the process, and together you're the people, process, and product, and that's a beautiful team, right? I love it. That is, it's a great story on how you take your experience with the vehicles and the tires, and then your experience with the business and the process, mold those together. So frequently I see it on both sides of the fence, like a really high process finance person trying to create a product, or a product person trying to do the finance stuff. It's not in their wheelhouse, right? So that's a really good partnership with the right team.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell us how you went from, you're doing wholesale tires for somebody else, right? You're working at these companies, and then you're on your own. You start your own company.
Interesting story.
Yes.
Back in, 2018?
Yeah, 2018.
I was actually let go from my position as a regional manager. Lo and behold, to me, no matter how hard I work, and we're talking like monthly, I'm making like $800,000 a month for this company. And they said, well, it's not enough. I said, well, I don't understand the way this company was structured. You guys came to me and said, blank checkbook. You find a building for us, fill it full of tires, sell it. We just the bank for you. So put the whole thing together and from scratch, and to make 7 figures continuously. I didn't understand, but getting fired, back in that was 2020. Well, 2020.
2020.
I'm thinking 2018.
But you started in 2018.
Yeah, because of the cryptocurrency. because of cryptocurrency. And so that goes back a little bit farther.
Right.
But I got fired in 2020. Sorry about that. But
okay.
That it was my wife actually that got me into wholesale tires and actually convinced me gave me the confidence that we could have our own business. Because I always talked about it. But you need a catalyst to push you forward. You need something, someone, an event, to push you forward. Now she's going to tell you her story.
Yes. Now, Ken, let me tell you the way this happened. It happened so impromptu. Okay. I'm at work. It's quarter end. I'm having to run, in financial services, you have to run a lot of reports and documents and things like that. So he calls me. He's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm busy. It's quarter end. He's like, I need to talk now. I said, what? Now? He says, figure it out. We need to talk. So I step away from my desk and he's like, I got to make a decision. It's either going to be Bridgestone or this some commercial truck tire company. I said, well, how much does it pay? He told me. And I said, listen, we're not chasing money. I need you at home with our son. You need to be readily available on the weekends.
Let me put that in context. There was a dramatic pay cut.
Yes, it was.
And and Bridgestone was offering a lot more money. Mm-hmm. So I said, do I try something new? Because I'm a novice when it comes to wholesale truck tire.
Right.
And she said, we don't chase money.
Yep. I said, do not chase the money. And I said, let me tell you something.
Chase purpose.
Yes. I said, chase purpose and chase destiny. And I told him, I said, listen, you can sell anything. And I know you can. I said, as long as you understand the product and they give you an outline of what this particular product looks like in the marketplace. I said, you got it.
And that's how I got into truck tires, from car tires. I was doing car tires for years.
And car tires are nights, weekends, hustle nonstop, wholesale, fleet sales.
This was not wholesale. That was just retail, retail primarily. And
that's a good move.
Yeah. But I've kind of plateaued when it came to retail and being like a store manager and all that stuff. I plateaued. And now here I am starting off at the bottom of wholesale.
Right.
And I had really just very minimum experience because I've been to like the Wingfoot factories and all that with Goodyear, and like I said, I had so much car knowledge, and I have a lot of time knowledge. I have so many certificates of sales and etiquette and phone etiquette and how to run a business, and so I have just stacks and stacks of. And I think I probably did 12 years at Goodyear Early Learning Academy, just being taught how to be a salesman.
Absolutely.
How to be a salesman and how to run a business. So it was her. You need a good woman on your side. It was her that gave me the courage.
All right. So I know you're itching to tell us this crypto story. And I didn't get it all. I got a little bit of info here. And cryptocurrency has been it's been a downfall for a lot of people, but it's also been a catalyst for a lot of people to get into their own business. I'm one of those people as well. So I'm super curious to hear this $300 investment in crypto and how you parlayed that into what you guys have today.
Well, a long time ago, as we got into crypto, I discovered a lot of YouTubers, and one particular influencer was a guy named Big Boy Crypto. He mentioned a particular coin called Medallo on his channel, and when he did that, I didn't think much of it, but I said, well, I kept hearing all these stories how people took Bitcoin and it was just a fraction of a penny and they held on to it and it became something. So I took $300 and I bought this Goodyear. Never heard of it. I did minimal research on it, and I said, well, this is something that could be something. Well, a couple of years later, from keeping it, it turned into about $10,000.
Yep. And
that $10,000 I put down on her new CRV. I built the deck on the back of the house, and I bought the first 8 tires for Dent tires.
The first 8 tires.
The first 8 tires. The very first 8 tires.
Right.
And that was the real start right there.
And 8 tires is a scratch on the wholesale tire business. Were these big tires or truck tires?
8 truck tires.
Yeah, these are 18. We're talking about 18 wheelers and dump trucks.
Yep.
So keep in mind the average.
This isn't a $500 tire like on my truck.
Well, no, these tires are, because we're doing domestic tires. So these tires, like at that time, are like $220 $250 my cost. And you're selling them at the time for like $310, $315. And so, you're buying them and, you're going places and you're buying tires and just reselling them, buying and reselling them. So we formed a company and we started doing it. We started selling tires. And, like I said, my wife reinforced the confidence. I always knew I could sell, but I didn't, when you're married with kids, you don't want to leave, just take, and you're used to having a job. Right. Imagine the detachment from my daily routine. I wake up every morning, 5 o'clock. I have to go to the stores, open up the store, talk to my staff, sometimes sit in the office and, we have meetings and this, and I'm breaking from all of this to do my own business, structure my own business. Me and my wife were discussing this and I felt really, I was like a fish out of water because, jumping into entrepreneurship, I've had business in the past, but I've always worked a job. I've always kept a job. No matter what I did, I've always kept, and this is the first time I had no job.
Yep. And then, Ken, to add insult to injury, he got fired in September 2020?
Yeah.
And then I got my notice December 2020.
So she was supposed to be my safety net.
Yes, I was the safety net. And that safety net got snatched from underneath both of us.
So keep in mind, by this time, though, we're selling, a decent amount of tires.
Right.
And so when she was feeling bad about being fired, I said, no, you're not going to mope. You're going to come with me and you're going to come and help me deliver these tires.
I love it.
Yeah. And so she did it. And then I said, I need someone to help because I was doing invoicing, prehistoric. No QuickBooks, no anything, because I'm not a paperwork guy. I'm going to be I can sell anything. And I'm a mechanic. I can, but I hate the paperwork.
Yes.
I really hate the paperwork.
I took control of it. I told him, I said, listen, if you're going to be, he let me come out in the field. I said, I want to just see what this looks like. And I said, I think I'll stay here at the office and work the invoicing. And as he started coming in with these paper invoices, I'm like, what is an 11R 22.5?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's the tire sizes. So I said, what does this go on as I'm categorizing? And I couldn't understand it. I said, you know what? Scratch this. I want to come in the field. And I started falling in love with the field. I said, I got to figure out how to work the field and work the office.
Right.
So I figured it out and I'm doing both simultaneously.
In that world of wholesale tires, is it a lot of arbitrage? Like I get a big order and I got to go try to figure out how to fulfill that order? Or is it a big warehouse where I just have a bunch of stuff?
That is the next thing. In the beginning, we didn't, getting started, we didn't have a truck. We didn't have anything. So we were going to places like U-Haul. Like when I got an order for like 20 tires, we go to U-Haul, rent a truck, and we go buy the tires, rent the truck. And it would be a whole day to just try to get 8 to 10 or 20 tires to one customer. So we had no process.
That's a day of pay.
It's
$800 to $1,000 profit, right?
No, not at the time. I'm going to get to how we started. See, the company was formed, but the things like margins, things like, at that time, we didn't even have a wholesale account. We were just going to buy them at the best price we can find them. So, we're making like, 6% profit. That's it at that time.
That's a hard road to toe right there.
I'm telling you, there was we didn't get our first distribution deal until much later, and that was a customer I called complaining to, saying, "Look, we're just not making a lot of money here, and I need a distributor so I can get my tires at a better rate and then have more tires." And because I kept calling around, no one would give it to us. No one would give us an opportunity because we're a new company. No lines of credit, no anything. And we only had just a little bit of money. So basically everything we were making, we almost kind of reinvested it back into the company. But he made a phone call for us. And those guys came up here, took me out to dinner, and gave us our first distribution deal.
I love it.
And from there, our profits kind of jumped up probably about 10% at that time. So then we had a consistent supply, and we was able to log in now, see the tires that we want and different variations of tires. But that was our first distributor. Now, keep in mind, today we have like 12 distributors.
Yes, that's what.
Right.
We have 12. So we've grown tremendously now. But in those early days, some days, I'm just going to be very candid. We were making $175 for the whole day. And I was like, man, I know companies that are making, great amounts of money.
But you got to start somewhere, right? And
I did not understand it. I didn't. I mean, I understood it, but I just didn't have the resources. We didn't have the resources. So, but now we're structured to the point where we can make 17%.
You said a word earlier. You called her and said, "We got to talk right now," and she gave you the confidence to move forward. And
imagine. Go ahead.
In a lot of cases, you would have a business coach, right? You leaned on your wife, which I think is a phenomenal resource. And if you don't have the money to buy a coach, which can be expensive, use your significant other, use whoever's around you to do that. But that word confidence is so important for business owners on a daily basis, not only to achieve it. You've told us how you got it with your partnership with your loving wife. And, she's just walking you through your past conquest that gave you the confidence. What do you two do on a regular basis to make sure you're protecting your confidence with each other and making sure that you're making each other confident on a daily and regular basis to protect that confidence?
We are when I say brutally, we are brutally honest with each other.
That's dangerous with life.
Yes, every day. Like, he's really my best friend, and I hope I'm your best friend. Am I your best friend?
She's okay. You've been with her for a few more years. I think so.
Right.
So, but yeah, Ken, we talk day in and day out, and we are brutally honest with each other. When if we've done something amazing, we tell each other, you rock, you're pretty dope,
Right.
Or if we're not doing or getting at the highest level that we need to be at, we tell each other that.
Now, some folks would say, Enrique, Joslyn, you hit it with these cryptocurrency. You got $10,000, and this is how you started your company. You got lucky, right? Which you didn't get lucky. You took a risk, and you deserve that reward 100% in my book. Like, you deserve that. You took a risk on Dow. It was risky. I believe in it as well. I'm an investor there. But you didn't take all that money and start this business, right? You bought 8 tires. So $1,200, $1,500, right? You took out of that to start this company. What do you tell that person that says, man, I've only got enough to really buy 2 or 3 of my products that I can flip and sell it to start my business, and it'll just never get there? What do you tell that person today to suck it up and get to work and to help him get that confidence, him or her?
Well, you have to be motivated. You have to be motivated. You got to know your why. And you got to have you really mindset. It's all about mindset, because daily, we challenge ourselves. We cherish our customers. We challenge our relationships. We challenge all of these things. We love it. We had to fall in love with us again. And we have to, the mission have to be so clear, because we always had drive. And we have a big enough why. We want to see our son. We want to build generational wealth. I'm from Macon, Georgia. And my family has, I grew up in poverty. And I really didn't have a lot of representation of, wealth, of entrepreneurship. And I kept telling my wife, I've been telling my mom since I was little, I'm going to be a rich man one day. I'm going to be a millionaire. And I've been saying it my whole life. I've been working. I was cutting grass at like 9. I was, working 2 and 3 jobs all my life. I was just, and my wife has been working very hard too. So when you take 2 hardworking, ambitious people, put them together, nothing's going to stop you. So that guy that says, I'm only going to put this to that. We pretty much all in. We're all mentally, emotionally, financially, we're all in. And whatever savings we had, we were paying bills. There were times when it was ramen noodle day.
Oh, yeah.
There was
times. And there was times where, listen, some families go out to dinner. No, we were not going out to dinner.
No.
Like, I remember when I was working, because we were still building, when I was working for another company, I would come to work every day with my lunch. I would cook every Sunday, maybe 2 to 3 meals on a Sunday that would last us that whole week. or maybe up until like a Wednesday or a Thursday.
We had honest conversation with our son. Says, son, there are things that we just can't buy you right now. We have to keep feeding this company. Whatever we're making, we have to keep feeding this company. And there was my wife, she decided that, we talked about, the sacrifices about going, certain things like that women like shopping and, she put the family on a budget. And that's a big thing. A lot of people would not agree to that. I agreed to budget. My son agreed to budget. My wife agreed to budget.
The key words are this: mindset, sacrifice, and diligence. You have to, and consistency and persistence.
Let me tell you something. What I did not tell you, out of that 10,000, we spent a lot of time calling all our creditors, telling them our current situation. I had to get past my ego. I had to get past asking for help. I had to call and see, can I get my mortgage refinanced and see, can I get a better rate? I had to get past calling my, because we had car notes, calling them and telling them the current situation. Most men will not break down and say, I need help.
I called my 401k, right? I called them up and I said, hey, I need to take a loan. They said, well, you're no longer employed with us. You can't do that. I said, well, you know what? I want all of my money. Give it to me. And you know what I did with it? I gave it to my husband and I said, this is all I have. I need you to invest it right.
Now keep in mind, this is what happened. After that 10,000, and we started to put the company together, structure the company. We got the EINs, the sales tax ID number, the Dun and Bradstreet. We got everything well structured. And we've been studying crypto with Ethereum, Cardano, Bitcoin, everything. Chainlink. Yeah, you're right. So we know we're slowly buying coins, and we're buying small ICO. We just keep buying them and investing long-term higher. Hadn't got into trading yet, but I took her retirement at 6X.
Yep. And we became debt free.
Yeah, we took that money and we made 6 figures. Yep. And from there, we paid, the first thing we did, we paid up all our debt.
Yep, personal debt. Paid everything.
All our personal
And you got out before March of 22.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
It was bloody. March was so bloody.
Okay. For your wife to give you her retirement, I'm going to be honest, I didn't even know what she had in retirement. Because I never, as a husband, I don't even think about the money that she had that she brought to the marriage. I didn't know what it was. But when she told me what it was, and then taking it out, taking a hit on taxes, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. But we're all in. We believe so much in the dream. You talk about taking your retirement now. Taking your retirement and investing in some cryptocurrency.
Uh-huh. And then, you know what else I did too, Ken? Because I said, okay, I'm still a traditional financier. I'm still traditional. I said, okay, let's go ahead and get us a life insurance policy.
Right.
So I got all 3 of us insured, the whole family. I got us all life insurance policies. And I said, we're going to take some of this money and we're going to put it here. That will be our new retirement.
We'll put that in place. Yeah. So it's a lot of things that we learned, talked about, research. Because we're always researching.
Always.
Building our business, building our brand, building our company, building our sales. Because right now we have coaching. We have business coaching. Right. Now
we can afford coaching now.
Yeah, it's important.
In the beginning, it was just us talking, research. We talk about researching day and night. So working in the daytime on our business, and at night working on our business at night. We working on our marriage, working on our sales.
Yes.
So
very, very important.
All the time.
All those things. So you brought it up, and I normally don't pry too hard on this particular question, but I can tell you guys know the importance of it, and you lean on it pretty hard. Can you share us your why?
Our why.
Go ahead.
Wow. Our why is our son. Our son means the world to us. Yes. His happiness, his joy, his success, it means the world to us. So he is our biggest why. In addition to changing the scope of service-driven companies, we want to change. We want to be a change agent to show customers that you can receive excellent service.
you know, I hear this all the time, and I didn't know. They say we've become one of the largest minority wholesalers in Atlanta, Georgia, and I didn't know that. And then they said, "Man, us too." Us. Yeah, and I didn't know that, and I got a call from one of my customers out of Mississippi. Now he's the largest in Mississippi. You know, he's like very successful.
Right.
And he said there's only 15 or 16 of us. And I go, really? I crossed the Southeast. I didn't know that. And I go, wow. I said, well, I see people selling tires all the time. He said, not wholesale. You see them selling retail, not at the level we sell. They're not selling hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tires every month. They're not doing that. They're selling a few tires, you know, and they may have a store and they may be selling 12 tires a day. You're selling 1,000, 2,000 tires a month, 5,000 tires a month. That's a whole different ball game.
Yes.
You know, and I go, I never thought about it. Then the level of service. You know, we spend so much time with the customer, making the customer experience great, that we didn't know that was a secret recipe. We didn't know that. We didn't know that.
You just assumed good service was the standard.
We just thought that everybody did it. And when we started hearing the stories that, oh man, they come and just drop tires in the middle of and everybody's way in the middle of the yard. People, we have to restack everything. And sometimes they, you know, I mean, and I'm like, they don't have paperwork. And I was like, wow.
They don't have on uniforms.
So people don't know they're robbing the place. And we're like, what? We're hearing all these stories like, you would think it's obvious to give people good service. Right. To be professional, there should be a level of professionalism. But people say, "Oh, this is just a trucking business." No, we believe
for real people.
That's right. And see what sets us apart too is we actually go to our customers. Our customers all the times they don't come to us because they can't leave. They're either because they're diesel mechanics, they're working on these trucks to get these trucks back rolling.
Right.
So we come to them wherever they are. Sometimes they're stuck at a rock quarry. You know?
We sell to truck yards. We sell to
trucking companies,
large trucking companies. Yep. Other wholesalers, you know, because they buy from us in bulk a lot. You know, they buy a lot of tires. See, so you know, in our reputation, I'm gonna be very brutally honest. We don't do a lot of marketing. We don't pay
for
marketing promotion, but word of mouth and branding.
And social media.
And social media has helped us tremendously. So I can imagine what the next phase of our company, when we are going to start paying for marketing, paying for promotion. Oh my God.
Different ball game.
We've done all this without paying one dime. One dime. And you know, and marketing. Imagine what's gonna happen. So we're about to start. So
wonderful. What is next? Tell us what's next before we wrap up. Tell us what your next adventure is.
Dent International.
Wonderful.
And Dent e-commerce.
Dent e-commerce. Well, we've made strategic partnerships with various factories, and we're going to be bringing tires in. We negotiate some very great prices on volume. We're actually we have a store that we operate out of, but we're actually going to work with companies like Store. We're going to have space. We're going to kind of add tech to what we're doing.
Yeah.
They're going to be picking up our containers from the port. They're going to be storing our product, delivering our product, so we can run even leaner. Yeah. And so profits will be through the roof. Right. So the next we're about to incorporate a lot of tech into what we're doing, because we see a lot of people doing it, but we're going to keep that same down home community feel. But we're about to be able to sell tires across the water even better. We get calls from, you know, everywhere, from Africa to Brazil to you name it, England, Russia. We get called, but we haven't been servicing those customers. But they've been calling for containers of tires. Where they're going to be able to go to our new e-commerce site, they're going to be able to buy in bulk. And while we're asleep, those tires are going to be moving. And we're putting things in place. You know, we're going to be the Amazon, I guess.
Of tires.
So,
I love it. Keep it going.
Oh, man.
It is a joy talking with you two. If somebody wanted to learn more about your company, what's the website address?
www.denttires.llc.com.
And we'll throw that right up here across the top, on the bottom. We'll throw that in the details. If you're looking for wholesale tires, these are your folks.
Yes.
Yes.
And follow us on all social medias at Dent Tires LLC. and that's Dent Tires with an S. So we're on everything: LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and you can see our Twitter. You can see our daily antics. People say they watch us like it's a reality show because they've never seen the inner workings of the tire business. So we show everything. We're brutally honest with ourselves and with our customers.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I love it. So I can go on the Facebook, YouTube, and find you guys and and watch along.
Yes. Every day.
Right.
Every day.
I love it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, sir.
Anything you'd like to leave the audience with before we go?
I would say enjoy the journey. Keep family first. God first, because he gives us our strength. I would say it's don't make it always about the money. You need finances, but enjoy what you do every day. You have to enjoy it, because if you love it, you'll do it passionately. You'll do it. You will have the same smile that we have every day. Love waking up doing what we do. Love our customers. Love our community. Love everything that we do.
Thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks for watching today's episode of Clicks and Bricks. Get to work.